outstanding for their Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall.
Thank you. Please be seated. I am delighted to welcome our honoured guests today, the Royal Highnesses, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. His Royal Highness is here to formally present letters patent on behalf of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, conferring city status on the borough of Southend-on-Sea, and to address the Council. I now invite the Royal Highnesses to come forward to the stage. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, my wife and I are immensely proud to join you, albeit somewhat later than originally intended, for which I could only apologise profusely at this historic moment for Southend-on-Sea. I recall with great fondness an occasion in January 2014 when my wife and I visited the Palace Theatre in Westcliff-on-Sea. We were most impressed as local school children from the area expertly performed scenes from Shakespeare plays to celebrate the 450th anniversary of the playwright's birth. It was a very happy occasion, and we were enormously touched by the warmth of the reception from everyone we met. During that visit, we recall our conversation with Sir David Amess. I knew him, of course, as a renowned and respected parliamentarian and an effective campaigner on many national and local issues. Among them was his passionate determination to secure city status for Southend-on-Sea. Today, we mark the culmination of that dedicated campaign, and yet how we all wish we could celebrate the occasion without the shadow of the dreadful event which took the life of such a devoted public servant. Sir David's tragic and senseless murder in October 2021 and the appalling circumstances under which he died shocked the nation. I'm only too aware that today's ceremony cannot possibly replace the agonizing loss felt by Sir David's widow, Lady Amess, and their 5 children. But I do hope it will offer at least some small comfort in such unbearable sorrow. Now, I have no doubt that Sir David would have been immensely proud today. However, as was the case throughout his life, it would not have been pride in personal success, but would have stemmed from his deep understanding of duty and his unfailing ambition to serve his constituency and improve the lives of those he represented. We can only hope that those who are too often cynically dismissive of those in public life will look at his example of service. No one could have given more for the values which underpin the society we share, values which appear all the more precious at this present time when we see more starkly than for many years the appalling suffering and devastation caused when the path of violence is chosen. What we saw in the terrible tragedy in Southend was an attack on democracy, on an open society, on freedom itself. We are seeing those same values under attack today in Ukraine in the most unconscionable way. In the stand we take here, we are in solidarity with all those who are resisting brutal aggression. In the aftermath of Sir David's brutal murder, the people of Southend-on-Sea came together in a remarkable and inspiring way to bring good out of evil. In doing so, they demonstrated a deep truth that what matters more than any name, whether of a person or a place, is the spirit. Today, Southend becomes a city. As we celebrate and honor that fact, we remember that it is always and crucially a community. By that measure, ladies and gentlemen, Southend-on-Sea is a marvelous example to our nation. It epitomizes the heartfelt words offered by Sir David's family following his death about the need, and I quote, to set aside their differences and show kindness and love to all. There could be no greater legacy. I pray that this new city of Southend-on-Sea will continue from strength to strength, honoring the memory and legacy of Sir David Amess, one of its greatest ambassadors, and inspired always by the example of his dedication to the community he loved.
Thank you.
Can we go back to our seat?
In light of the fact that Southend-on-Sea is now a city, please can I ask the Leader of Council to propose the name change, to propose the name of the council be changed to Southend-on-Sea City Council. Councillor Gilbert, please.
Your Highnesses, Mayor, Councillors, honoured guests. Before I do, I'm sure the whole Council would join me in expressing their grateful thanks to their Royal Highnesses for sharing this special day with us and for the gracious words we've just heard. and to Her Majesty the Queen for bestowing this great honour upon Southend. Places are shaped both by achievements and successes, but also by adversity and tragedy. The whole country has been through tough times. Last October, we were visited by a terrible tragedy that no one could have expected. Yet what I see is a strong community, a place of incredible diversity, but also incredibly united, the mark of a great city. So turning to the name of the council, this is a call for us, just as for our town, in becoming a city, to raise our eyes, to aim higher, to think bigger. There are people, many people here who have worked tirelessly above and beyond the call of duty to help people through tough times. And I hope that they feel that they share in this honour. We will always, of course, remember Sir David as the catalyst and as a part of our history now and going forward into the future. Therefore, Mayor, it is with great pride in Southend, in our place and in our council, that I propose that henceforth this council be known as Southend-on-Sea City Council.
Thank you, Councillor Gilbert. Councillor Terry and Councillor Mulroney, would you please second?
We so second, Madam.
Thank you. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you. Councillor Cox, please can I ask you to formally move that Sir David Amess be admitted as the first honorary freeman of the City of Southend pursuant to section 2495 of the Local Government Act 1972, being a person of distinction who has rendered eminent service to Southend. Councillor Cox.
I so do, Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Lamb, second, please.
Madam Mayor, it's a great honour to be able to second David Amess as our first freedman of the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that agreed, everyone?
Agreed.
Lady Amess, please come forward to accept the award. Miss Whitcomb, would you?
Your Royal Highnesses, Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, councillors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to read the following statement on behalf of Julia, Lady Amess, and her family. She says, despite a traumatic and tragic journey, we have arrived at the city of Southend-on-Sea. How thrilled our husband and father would be to know that Her Majesty the Queen has bestowed such a huge honour to the people of Southend-on-Sea in his name. A dream come true, and he would now be wanting to get out there and make the very best of this huge opportunity for the city. There would have been talk of nothing else in our home, or indeed whenever he spoke in Parliament. How we wish that this could be. Of course, David was very well aware that city status would not have been possible without the help and hard work of so many people. The people of Southend-on-Sea came together, and look, what they achieved. We know they will continue to work together in friendship and with pride to promote their city. A city full of talent, opportunity, and potential. So on his behalf, we, the family, wish to say thank you to the amazing people in the community who have achieved so much for Southend. This is your day. We are also very proud of David and deeply honoured to accept the freedom of the city of Southend-on-Sea on his behalf. The very first freedom of the city of Southend-on-Sea ever bestowed. A moment in history and a recognition of his love for Southend-on-Sea and for its people. We are, of course, filled with sadness that he's no longer with us, but his legacy is huge, and we are so grateful to have had him in our lives and to know that he will never be forgotten. I and all my family thank you so much.
There will now be a 5-minute break in proceedings to allow our honoured guests to depart. Please can I ask you to remain in the chamber where I'll be handing over to the Deputy Mayor to conclude the meeting while I accompany our honoured guests to the seafront. Thank you.
Please be upstanding for their Royal Highnesses to leave the chamber.